Who will voting this year, or this election, I should say? And the answer is nobody. I voted once, and that was during the whole Donald Trump the whole Donald Trump experience. You know, like Jimi Hendrix experience, the whole Donald Trump experience. I voted. I had a brand new voter's card or something like that I used to try to get a driver's license, but I've never voted again in my life. I've never saw the need to vote. I'm someone who believes, you know, the old saying, two wings on the same bird. So, it has never made sense to me. Since I was a kid, you know, that's something I could contribute to my failures, my many failures in school, which was a lot of things just overcomplicated. I understand the quote-unquote founding fathers and what they tried to implement with the Constitution and all the different branches of government and stuff like that, but you know, whether it was made for me to understand or not, it was all just too complicated. Legislative, judicial, supreme. It was just like, you know, again, I have a spirit of somebody who was from like the 1920s or 30s or something, where if you do a crime, I'm not finna waste taxpayer money and time bringing you into all these different phases and stages of prosecution. I'm not doing it. It's nonsense. But anyway, excuse me. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I've never had a problem with any president. Personally, it ain't like whoever got elected. I remember as a kid how when Barack Obama and the whole recession and all this other stuff, where black people were pretty much like bewitched to think that we got a black president, but you know, this recession and all of this other stuff going on. I actually experienced some of that with my family, my parents and stuff, on how difficult those times were. Other than that, any president, all of this stuff going on, I've never had a problem with it directly. It's not, and it will never, you know, I don't believe that it will ever really affect me directly, simply because I don't buy into the system. And when I say system, I mean kind of like the primary American system of, you know, go to work, you vote, you pay your taxes, you got a mortgage, you got car payments, you actually, you know, you go to sporting events, and you kind of like flip-flop on you flip-flop on teams, and you know, you don't have an original thought of your own. That's what I mean. You know, these people, they go get vaccinations and they show everybody, you know, they always got their mask on, you know, these type of people. I'm not one of those people. You know, and I tell you guys the same thing I said in the Tyreek Hill situation with the police. I really don't have time. I don't have the time for it. It's nonsense. It's nonsensical. I've been aware of this dog and pony show of you come before the people and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I've said it recently in one of my other videos how they will even stage shootings. They will stage shootings to get their point across. Oh no, we had another shooting. So let's bring that into the narrative going into this next political atmosphere. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take innocent lives to prove our point. It's disgusting. People ain't caught on to it in over 50 years. And again, it's a mass programming to a particular generation of people, I would say probably in their late 40s, early 50s, where they still think to some degree that all of this can be controlled by one person or another person, or it's not gonna work. I'm a part of the generation that, yeah, due to smoking weed and having the internet, you see so much in such a little amount of time that you can be like, from smoking the weed, you be like, man, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is crazy and it's dumb and it's foolish. Well, what you gonna do? You gonna sit on your ass and smoke all day and not vote and, whatever the case may be? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Until you able to come to my doorstep and punish me for not voting for this mess, I don't want to vote. I don't. So I won't be voting ever in my life. I do believe elections are coming to an end. Donald Trump has degraded the presidency to a certain point that doesn't even compare to George Bush, Bill Clinton. I've said this before. You used to have a military background or some type of service-oriented background to even qualify to run for office. So now you guys are just taking people, with the whole, I think it started with who was the guy? I don't know what the president, Nixon or something like that came from Hollywood. And this is what we accept now. We've been accepting people that have no service background to their fellow man and to their fellow brother and sister. I have a lot of money, I got people backing me, therefore I can run for president. And it's disgusting. So I won't be voting. We have about 20 years, I would say, before things start to get to a point where it gets physical. We have about 20 years, I believe, where things are going to get to a point where even little old me, or even down to the homeless person, will have to deal with the ramifications of a presidency, whether they like it or not. Whether it's they're going to implement some type of mass cleanup of the homeless, whatever the case may be. A lot of people are going to start to feel the effects of everyday politics, I believe, in the next 20 years. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching.